Hey everyone, in this video, let's talk about how you can make Suno AI music sound better. In order to do so, here we are at suno.com, and there are a few things that we could take a look at as far as trying to improve the sound. So the first thing that we can do is if we've created a piece of music, so I have a song here that I've created that I quite like, and the first thing you can do, if you don't think that it sounds that great, you can try remastering it. So if you go over to the right-hand side of your song and you find your three little dots here, click on that and go up to create. So it's going to be under the create option, and you're going to see here where it says remaster. And the thing is, though, with the remastering is it doesn't always improve the result. So I did a remaster of this song and I preferred the original. So I did it kind of as a test, but then in the end I thought, you know what? I like what happened with the first one. And so the remaster, then what you can do is you can try redoing the remaster until you get something closer to what you're looking for. But the fact is that sometimes the remastering is not necessarily an improvement on the original version. Now, there's a couple other things we can take a look at here, because it could be that you like the result, but maybe there's a specific part in the song that you don't like. So what you can do is, let's go back to our three dots here, and up at the top under remix, we can see here that we have the option to open in editor. And we also see here the option to replace section. Let's go ahead and click on open in editor. And we're just loading up there. And this is a relatively new function. I'm going to go ahead and try now. Okay. So here we have our song in its entirety, and we have a couple things that we can do. So we can add a new section. Click add a section by clicking the plus above any section boundary. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and just hide our tips here. And we can always pull those back out if we want to. Let's see. So one thing we have here is we have the option to extend. So if the song, at a certain point in the song, you feel like you want to extend it further than that, then you can use the extend function. So that's one way of making it sound better. If you just think that this song I really like, but it ends too soon, then you can use the extend function. So that's one thing you can do. Let's go ahead and take a look at, we have a few other things here we can do. We can crop, we can split. Let's go to my edits. So we're going to stay back here on edit. Okay, and what we could do to replace a certain section. So let's say this part right here of the song is not working for you. All you have to do is take your cursor and just drag it as far as you want it to go, release, and then boom, now you can see that this is circled here. We even have a couple bars that we can extend. And then you see here this option that says replace section. So if we want to click on that, we'll just go ahead and give that a click. And here we already are going to get these alternate versions. And then we can click here where it says replace. So this is going to take credits every time we do something like this, but this is another way that you can make it sound better. So using the replace function, using the remaster function, and also using the extend function, those are all things that are going to allow you to improve the output of your song. So another thing that you can do, and this is a bit more involved, but I would say that this is kind of more of a pro thing. But if you are familiar with using a DAW, a digital audio workstation, then what you can do is you can take the stems and you can pull them out and you can bring them into a DAW so that you can play around with them there, do some mixing and mastering. So up here at the top, you can see where it says stems. So we're going to click on that. And you can see here that we can extract the stem. So we have a couple of options here. We can either extract just the vocals and the instrumental, or we can just extract all the detected stems. So if we want to do that, we can. Let's go ahead. I've already done this, so let's go ahead and take a look at our extracted stems from before. Sorry about that. Let's go back to our stems here. And you could see here I've already done this 4 different times. And the reason that I did this 4 different times was because I was actually having an issue in my DAW, and it was warping the sound for some reason. And I wasn't sure if that was coming through with Suno, but I found out that it was actually the DAW that was doing it. So I had to fix that over there. So that's why I've got 4 versions, but you probably only need, when you do the extraction, it's always going to do 2. So you can have 2 options that you could take a look at. If something's not quite working out for you, you can always try a different version. And here we have a couple of options. We can either download the individual stem by clicking here, or we can download all. We can also select here where it says MP3 or WAV, and we can download them there. And let's go ahead and take a look at the other option. And here we have the full extracted stem. So you could see that this is every part of our song. We've got our lead vocals, backing vocals, drums, bass, guitar, percussion, synth, all on a separate stem. And we can download those all. We can download them individually. We can download as MP3, or we can download as WAV. And then what we can do is we can bring it into a DAW of our choice. So here is an example in Ableton where we have our instrumental, we have our vocals, and we have our backing vocals. And the reason is because what I did here was I wanted to extract a stem so that I could record my own vocals. And so that's something you can do as well. So that's if you're a singer-songwriter and you want the music, but you don't want the vocals, then you can extract them and you can sing, and it's like having your own band. It's really awesome, and I've been playing around with this recently and having a lot of fun with it. So this is an example here of what you can do, and then what you can do is you can take each of these individual tracks and you can add effects, and let's see here. I should have effects on here somewhere. It's not bringing it up right now, but what we can do is we can bring in our effects. So here we have our effects rack in Ableton, and so we can bring in, so if I want to bring in, let's say to our audio here, there we go. So now we can see our effects rack. So you could see here that we have all of our different effects for this specific track. So this is really the best way that you're going to get the best result from an Ableton track. Because the reality is that it's going to come out, it might be, decent, it might sound good, but to a trained ear, you're really going to be able to hear some of the issues there. And if you really want to get the best out of it, the most out of it, then the way to go is to bring that into a DAW of your own choice, and then you can play around with it from there. So I'll give you an example here, because I have all of the stems. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them in. And there we go. So now I have all the stems from Suno, and I've got that in Ableton, and it's all ready to go now. So if I want to go through each of these individual stems and just try to make them sound as good as possible, then I can do that. And that's really the best way for you to get the best result from a song in Suno. And that's all there is to it. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment and like and subscribe. And don't forget to set your notifications for more helpful tips. Also, if you take a look in the description, you'll find a link to our link tree. There you will find our socials and our top AI recommendations. Click on any of those links to get started. You'd be helping us out as well, and we'd greatly appreciate it. We've got some great promotions there for you to take a look at, including Simply Financial. If you click on the referral link there, you can get $50 to start an account, and you can refer your friends and family, get $125 per referral. I can vouch personally for this, and they will get $50 for signing up as well. It's a great deal. It's a great bank. Simply Financial comes highly recommended.